Rocco lead there in the sixth inning, and then things changed pretty dramatically. How tough is it when it's one big inning that changes a game and the outcome completely?
Well, I mean, it did change. I mean, everything changes. The momentum changes. The way that the game is going to be kind of played on both sides changes. Who's coming in out of the bullpen after that, everything. But we got to find a way, do a better job of staying in the ball game right there. You might have a bad inning, but we weren't able to kind of seal up the holes right there and find a way through. I won't go into everything that happened during that inning. It was kind of a rough inning, and we got to find a way to just not give up 5 there. I mean, once you do that, I mean, it's tough sledding at that point.
Bailey Ober had just the one mistake on the home run in the first, but found a way to settle down. He was still on a pretty good pitch count. You had mentioned earlier maybe finding subtle ways to kind of attack how the rest of the season goes out in terms of his usage. Was this one of those examples?
Maybe a little bit. I mean, we're trying to win the game right there. And yes, Bailey was sharper in his last 2 innings, I would say, than he was in the first, probably 3 innings that he was probably pitching. He looked a little better. His command was better. I think he was, doing a pretty good job right there. So I like the way he was throwing the ball. But truthfully, once we get into the 6th, 7th inning, the pitch count doesn't really matter to me that much. It's a tight ball game, and our bullpen is pretty fresh and ready to go. And are we going to send him out there? Like I said, are we going to send him out there every game at this point in the season and let him throw 100 pitches? I mean, he hasn't done that anywhere near that at any point in his career. We know that, but this is probably a little bit more of just he gave us 5 good innings. Was he at his absolute best today? I don't know. He threw. I think he said, like you say, he settled in, but probably not at his absolute best today. And he gave us a good effort. I liked what I saw out of him overall, and we took what we got. What's
the situation with Ortega?
Ortega's lower back really tightened up on him. We're gonna assess him. That's really what I was told when I got in here. I haven't heard anything else since. I think he's probably going to be okay in a few days. Does that mean an IL stint, or do we kind of work our way through it? There's no way to know that yet.
Was that a sort of a run there that was a good matchup run for Floro with those batters? And would you see just as far as what happened that inning?
That's all. I mean, that's really what it is. It's an inning that kind of lines up pretty good for Floro to go out there and get outs. And the first 2 guys got on, they hit the ball hard, and then from that point on, they just put the ball in play. And every time we would come in, they'd kind of hit it by us. And I wouldn't say those balls are all scolded, but it doesn't matter. Once you have guys in scoring position, and the other side just continually puts the ball in play, the odds are, if you're not, striking out, if you're putting it in play, something good could happen, and they just kept getting good results.
Maybe getting an inning there at first at the end, is that something you guys have been kind of talking about as a way to kind of get a few more guys?
Yeah, to break them in a little bit over there, and in a game where we're down a few, and we can get them a little bit of experience, before we stick them over there for a full game and let them just go. Yeah, I think that makes sense. He's played some first base before in his career, but getting him over there in a big league game and feeling it out, I think is important. We at some point we might do the same thing again, and then at some point along the way, he's going to probably end up getting a little time over there, starting games and playing.
You guys were able to. You came back after that early deficit. Just answered the home run. Did you like the at bats? What about as the game kind of went on?
The at-bats is at the beginning of the game and through the first few innings. I like them. It's what we were trying to do today against Miley, and he's very crafty, and he continues to succeed because he's a little different from a lot of the other lefties in the league with the way he pitches. I think we pushed him out over the plate. We put a few good swings on him. Obviously, Vasky with a great swing. We get something going a little later on. Push a run across. After that, we truly didn't do very much, and probably lost that the good at bats that we're looking for that we had early in the game. They weren't around later on in the game. Hopefully, we can just get it going for tomorrow, and just compete, make them work. When they're not in the zone, take the pitches and foul a few off, make the pitchers work a little bit. As the game went on, I think for whatever reason, I don't know why, but they were lesser than what they were early in the game.